In May 1942, two massive naval armadas waged a 4-day battle in the South Pacific. Dozens of ships were sunk or crippled, and thousands of men died. Yet, in this first engagement of its kind, the opposing surface ships never actually saw each other. Welcome to our 5-minute explainer, where we break down complex geopolitical history. By the spring of 1942, the Japanese Empire was sweeping across the Pacific. To secure their southern flank, the Imperial Japanese Navy launched Operation MO, a multi-pronged naval assault aimed at capturing Port Moresby, the capital of New Guinea. Occupation of this port would grant Japan aerial control over northern Australia and allow them to sever the vital shipping lanes connecting the continent to the United States. The success of the invasion relied on a highly coordinated radio network, a network the Americans were already listening to. In a windowless basement at Pearl Harbor, cryptanalysts at a U.S. Navy intelligence unit called Station Hypo had cracked the main Japanese operational code, known as JN-25. Led by Commander Joseph Rochefort, this team intercepted and translated the specific orders for Operation MO. Armed with the exact date and location of the invasion fleet, Admiral Chester Nimitz deployed the carriers USS Lexington and USS Yorktown, rushing them into the Coral Sea to intercept the Japanese forces. On May 4th, the two fleets entered the same waters. Over the next several days, they maneuvered across thousands of square miles of ocean, using scout planes to hunt for an enemy they could not yet see. This was over-the-horizon combat. The fleets remained hundreds of miles apart, making traditional ship-to-ship gunnery impossible. Instead, both sides launched swarms of dive bombers and torpedo planes to bridge the gap. Breaking the JN-25 code allowed a smaller American force to negate Japan's numerical advantage by choosing the exact time and place of the engagement. The battle culminated on May 8th. Japanese strike groups located the American carriers first. The Yorktown avoided a gauntlet of torpedoes, but was struck by an 800-pound armor-piercing bomb that caused severe internal damage. The larger Lexington took a coordinated hit. Japanese bombers struck from multiple angles, landing 2 torpedoes on the port side and 3 bombs across the deck. The impacts cracked the ship's aviation fuel tanks. Volatile gasoline vapors seeped through the ship, eventually triggering a series of massive internal explosions. After hours of fire, the crew abandoned the vessel, and the Lexington was scuttled by an American destroyer. American aviators exacted their own toll. They sank the light carrier Shofo and dealt enough damage to the heavy carrier Shokako to remove it from the fight. By the time both sides withdrew, the engagement ended as a mutual trade of lives in metal, conducted without the opposing ships ever coming into direct line of sight. This chart compares naval reach. While a battleship's guns are limited by their physical trajectory, a carrier-based strike group reaches hundreds of miles further. The results at Coral Sea established the aircraft carrier as the primary instrument of naval power. In immediate tactical terms, Japan won on points. They had sunk the 41,000-ton Lexington while losing only the much smaller Shoho. But the strategic reality was different. Because the Japanese carrier air groups were shredded, the invasion fleet lost its air cover and was forced to abandon the Port Moresby operation entirely. Australia was saved from isolation. The vital supply channels to the United States remained open, providing the base for future Allied offensives. The Battle of the Coral Sea was the first time since the war began, but a major Japanese offensive had been permanently halted. The most significant consequence of this clash wouldn't be felt for another month, at the Battle of Midway. The damage inflicted on the heavy carriers Shokaku and Zuikaku in the Coral Sea was so extensive that neither ship could participate in the Midway operation. This shows the Japanese order of battle at Midway. With these 2 carriers missing from the formation, the U.S. Navy was able to ambush and destroy the remaining 4 Japanese carriers, breaking Japan's offensive capability in the Pacific. The brutal clash in the Coral Sea acted as the filter that made the victory at Midway possible. Thanks for watching. If you want to understand the strategy and history shaping our world, subscribe for more geopolitical explainers.